Hello everyone, and welcome to another war review by Nico Diz Plays. So you all know I'm a very big proponent of power armor ultimates. But see, the key part to power armor is that you need to be going against an opponent that has a lot of buffs, because Falcon is arguably the most important on this team. The way that this team works, you don't want to lose any of these three. And if you have a big War Machine, you don't want to lose him either, right? But I mean, it's basically him that does the damage. War Machine does a lot of damage as well, but I find that Falcon does more. You need to get the offense up on everybody and to cleanse the debuffs. And you need to get that defense down on everybody. And Ultimus with his ult, it does crazy damage when they have a lot of buffs. But if you take a team like this, when he uses his special, he'll put defense up and death proof. So that's 2. He starts everybody with defense up. She will use her ult and it'll put heals on people, but that's about it. Rocket might put an offense up on somebody, but this isn't really a prime target. And considering how small these two are, I'm gonna call it right here that these two probably blasted maybe even both of them to hell right off the bat. But somebody died right away and it just messed them up, and then they only killed their group. Looks like somebody's ult, if not both, got off, but without many buffs going on, it's just not going to do any damage. Okay, so I am seeing this consistently, and I gotta tell you, Frank, stop using your mercenaries to attack. No, I'm just kidding, guys. No, this keeps coming up in our alliance chat where people are asking, hey, can I use this team to punch down? It's 150k. And it's like, no, please don't. Please don't. Before you even get a turn, he is going to make you swear, because this is what this team is designed to do. X-Force works because they get all these bonuses to speed bar, right? Same with, I was going to say Star-Lord. Same with Shadowlands, right? And a Skilletary is designed specifically to defeat these people as well. But a team like this, they really require, like, once the ball gets rolling, they start to do well. And the ball isn't going to get rolling because they're just going to make you swear and curse before you even get to do anything. So stop doing that. So this kind of reminds me of back in the day, Casino made this video where it was showing how to use symbiotes to beat Emma Marauders. And I was really grateful for that video because the next war, we racked up a gajillion defense wins from everybody using their symbiotes against Emma Marauders. It's not an easy thing to do, but when you're talking about punching up 110k against, like, bloody G15 Doom, G15 Silver Surfer, like, there was, if this was an 800k team, I don't think this would have won. So I don't know what happened here. And it's not like it was early enough that they had to push and he was hoping for that win. And it's not like it was at the end where he's like, well, may as well. And this wasn't their off war because it was a pretty close score. So, yeah, don't do that. There we go. X Factor. Plus Namor. Emma Marauders. Almost a 200k punch up. Very nice, sir. Very nice. I'm seeing wins, and you notice that they're all full health? I'm seeing much larger wins with much smaller teams. So yeah, something to keep in mind. Alright, so when you consider a team like this, these three have synergy with each other, right? Them both being cosmic heroes, and they got the synergy with each other. Hela gets to spread debuffs that these two are putting on. And this I thought was neat. Spider Miles, who unfortunately gets kind of ignored, but I feel that that was a contributing factor to this win. Being able to put those disrupts on people and spreading them to everybody, or the slow with the speed bar rewind. Very good when you see somebody using a 5th that's not common and getting a good win. But I don't know what was up with this team. We came across a lot of strange Doc Ock teams. And this one, this one was an interesting one. I mean, looks like he's got some kind of a brawler team, except doesn't have Ms. Marvel, brought Night Nurse, and Doc Ock. Like, again, if you're gonna use Doc Ock, why aren't you putting him with this team? I don't understand it. I know that he's got use in Dark Dimension 4, and I know people are using him in Arena, but like, I don't get how you could just let that. I mean, you get your Sinister Six up to I don't know, 50k each. You can use them. They're like my sure to win team on Blitz at least, right? If you're gonna put that many resources into these characters, like obviously you have the resources to G13 your America Chavez, and I mean I appreciate that he worked on his Captain Marvel, but like, goodness, this is a terrible team. Don't do this. All right, this is a submission from Maverick06. Did I say that right? I just call him Mav. I was a little shocked when I saw this team, right? I mean, I feel like I'm nitpicking here, but like, there doesn't seem to be any reason why anyone in the world would ever want a G14 their Wolverine. Even if he was 7R. They're just not a good idea. And he's got Storm with Healer, which might sound silly, but like, there's no benefit to this at all. And if you look at this team, I mean, this was a punch down. This was a substantial punch down on these guys, and it barely did any damage. It's painful to say because X-Men were like the team for the longest time, but they're not the team anymore, guys. Come on, this isn't 2019. So yeah, thank you for sharing that with us, Maverick. And this one was from the Mr. Free-to-Play Discord server. Yeah, so if you look at this, G14, he's got low stars on him. G15 with more stars on him. Everyone else is 12 with lowish stars. Look at that, that's almost double its size. And you know, when I see something like this, the first thing that I do is I look at the enemy team and think like, okay, is there some gaping weakness? Like they screw up all their ISOs or something like that, right? Is there strife like 40k or something and they just rip through? But no, this is a pretty good looking team. Not lopsided even, like they're all more or less 150k. And so yeah, I normally would say Silver Surfer carries, but I mean a lot of us are going to build up Silver Surfer anyway for Doom raids and such. And the fact that he didn't need to invest this many resources in the rest of them to make them viable, that's pretty something. I like that. So it's something to keep in mind. There's a lot of videos right now on the YouTube with different fifths. Like I've seen Falcon, I've seen Ultron, right? Namor is a common one, right? But Silver Surfer, right? If you don't have a home for him, this is a pretty good home. I wouldn't recommend that you go out and try this at home. I'm not sure what Polly did here, but for myself, I take a team like this and maybe I try a 450k team, right? Try a 75k punch up. And if I slaughter them, then all right, let's try a 500 or try a 550. Push it like that, right? Until you find your comfortable level. Maybe Paulie does this every single war. Maybe he's just a god and decided to try it and it won and it worked. But that's my suggestion for you. All right, I have another submission from a good friend of mine, Rom Z. He prefers to call himself. I call him Roms though. So here's another one that I see common. I've done this once and I learned never to do it again. I have seen some of my alliance mates do this successfully. And if you have a way to do it, let me know please, because I don't understand. Now, with this team in particular, one thing that doesn't get brought up often is who you want to have built up. So me being a filthy casual, I built up my Scarlet Witch, my Black Widow. But the reality is that you want your Thor and your Hulk to be as big as they can. And since Ramsey is a good friend of mine, I know that he has 7R for both of them. So you imagine, that's a pretty scary team, right? I mean, he's not going to max out the rest of them, but so when you show up with a team like this all arrogant with your G13 like Carnage, right? Yeah, don't expect to get a win. This was a very strange turn of events. So symbiotes are a good counter against Doc Ock teams, right? There's a couple different schools of thought. One is that you can take Doc Ock out first and then clean up the team. The other one is that you clean out his friends and then you worry on him. When there is a Mysterio, sometimes it works out where you can kill him, he gets minions, and then you kill them for the speed bar and for healing and such. Kind of help you get going. So Mr. Free-to-Play here is running not the peasant version of the team, but he's got his Vulture here instead of normally people use Green Goblin or Rhino. Having done his roster review many times and being a long-time fan, I can tell you that he brought Vulture to G14 for Dark Dimension 3 because at the time it was recommended for City. This is before the whole symbiotes came out as a team. So I'm imagining that he wanted to get some use out of him, so put him there. So fair enough, right? This isn't a... He doesn't have to defend himself. I think that was contributing factor. He's got some speed bar stuff and some slows that can just enough to disrupt your usual pattern, and it gives everybody else the advantage to take them out. So yeah, she packs a punch, and he's got hers not badly built up, and he's 6R, I believe. So they lost. Okay, they canceled. Whatever, 650. 10 minutes later, you know, Thanos here is like, I got this. So goes with a smaller team, thinking like, oh, I'll show you how it's done. Fails. Okay, so 2-4s are more or less alright. Okay, so this guy goes in, and he's like, oh, I got this, guys. Fails. Alright, so 640k. He's like, oh, I'll show you how it's done. Fails. Finally gets defeated by a 550k. So how many was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many symbiotes team does it take to defeat Mr. Free-to-Play's Sinister Six team? I think I'm going to make that the title of this video. Alright, and that is where we are going to end it. So thank you very much for watching. I appreciate everybody who stopped in. If you'd like to submit something to the show, feel free to join me on the Discord. I will leave a link to my server down in the description. I hope you enjoyed the show, and I look forward to seeing you again. Have a good night.